Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Making It Sassy. Who wants to make guacamole? I love guacamole. Someone had actually asked me for a recipe for guacamole, and many of you know how to make it, some of you may not, but let's do it. So what I have here are 3 avocados. I've got limes, jalapeno, onions, cilantro, and salt and pepper. That's a classic guacamole. Sometimes people might add a little salsa. I like to add a little cumin, even a little smoked paprika, chili powder, spice it up a little bit. So basically we're going to go ahead and open up our avocados and take the pit out. You can just take the knife and it's out. Let's go ahead and do all of them. Click, click, and there she goes. Look familiar? Okay, and then we're gonna have a third one, just for good measure. No one's abnormal. Oh, there we go. I think they look pretty good. 3. Then we're gonna take a spoon to get them out of the skin. Fling it in the bowl. Everyone's done this, haven't they? You've cut avocados, you've taken them out of the bowl. Well, now you're watching me do it. Who's the sucker now? Okay. But it's pretty easy. You want to make sure that they're soft. If they're too hard, in this case, it's a bad idea. Sometimes it's been said, and I've had varying degrees of success, if you're trying to ripen your avocados so that you can enjoy them sooner than they might be ready, you can put them in a brown paper bag in a dark area for maybe a day or so, and they might ripen a little more quickly. So think about it. All right, we also have some cilantro. I wish I had a little bit different knife, but this one will work. I'm more of a chopper. I like to have the right knife for the job, but we don't want to delay things. Okay, do a little bit, one more. Okay, cilantro. The onion. You might have seen some of the tips. Now, I'm not going to use this whole onion for the 3. I'm going to use maybe a third to half of it. But to slice it, to dice it a little bit easier, you can go around and make your slivers. Get that up nice and close. Okay. So I'm going to do half of it. And I only went halfway through. So we're just going to kind of butcher it a little, but you can see it's fairly sliced. I think that's going to be good for here. And then I'm going to chop it a little bit more. You like it chunky? Some people do. Thank God for that. And some people like it a little finer. Cut it to your preference. Here's the other thing. Someone asked me, what's a recipe without onion? The recipe without onion is the same recipe. Just don't add the onion. Then you're good. Jalapeno. Here's a little trick I learned the other day from Chef Elisa. Oh, that isn't the trick. Well, the trick was that you would cut around each side and then you would have just this separately. But either way, it's not the most difficult thing to take out if you had to do it. But what she was saying is you would cut it, around each side, and then you would have the pith and seeds in the middle to pop out, and then you'd be left with your skin. Oh, here's something fun. You can get the shells out by just giving it a good tap, tap, tap on the outside. Usually that does the trick. Okay, so you can put in as much jalapeno if you like. If you don't like it hot at all, then you might not want to add any, but I suggest you add some. I mean, have some fun. If you don't have jalapeno, but you've got the other ingredients, add some red chili pepper flakes. That could be a substitute to still make this happen. Or if you've got the hot salsa or hot sauce, maybe add that. we have jalapeno, so of course we're gonna use that. I think I'm gonna leave that for now. I'm just gonna add this much. It'll be plenty spicy, okay? And lime juice. I'm gonna add that in here. Oh, good squeeze for the forearm. Boom. One more here. Okay. And let's see, of course we want to add the jalapeno because that's what we're doing here. We like it spicy. I'm going to add some salt. Again, this is with the classic recipe, the classic ingredients. Our friend, you know her well, one-handed and lit. Yes. The girl knows how to grind. Okay, we got our pepper. And as I mentioned, I'm gonna add a little bit of cumin. I think it adds a nice toastiness. Add as much as you think suits your fancy, but usually a little bit. I'd always start with a little because you can always add more. I'm gonna add some smoked paprika. We'll put that away later. And again, this could be your guacamole if you don't like onion, but if you do, you're gonna add it in. And we like, onion, so we're gonna add it in. Then, my husband likes to do it with a knife, and he kind of chops it. I'm feeling a little more aggressive, so you could use a fork. I have a little masher, but look at the little squirts that come out. I think that's kind of fun. Maybe you add the onion later. It doesn't matter. It'll all work out. This isn't baking. Okay. If you want it real creamy, you're going to want to go to town with this. But I think that'll do. And then I'm going to show you something else. Okay. Give it a little bit of a mix. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, it's going to be delicious. So, you might be ready to eat it. You might want to put it in another bowl to fancify it. Or maybe you're going to store it to enjoy it just a little bit later. So I'm going to put this in my bowl. Okay. And then, if you do need to store it, let's say for later, or you didn't finish it all and you want to enjoy it the next day, don't just put the cover on. All that air in the middle turns her brown. Here's what really works well for me. I take some cellophane or plastic wrap, and you want to just push that down. See this? Get it close. You're removing any of the air in here. I've seen where you can put water on top, but wouldn't that make me nervous to ruin all of this with water getting in there? It might not happen, but anyway, we've removed the air, and then put your cover on, and that should keep it fresh longer. We like that, don't we? So anyway, we've got guacamole, and we're gonna enjoy it. It's gonna be delicious. That's how you make a classic guacamole with a few extra ingredients, or leave out what you don't. But how quick was that? Delicious. Enjoy.